In the last episode, we discussed the philosophy behind meditation. Today, we shall talk about the mechanics of the process of meditation, which is extremely important. The first question: what is the best time of the day to meditate? This is the Brahma Muhurt, 2 hours before sunrise till sunrise, roughly. Brahma means God, and this is the time for communing with God. In the morning, the world is yet sleeping. The environment is calm. The atmosphere is pure, and you have just woken up. Your mind is like an empty slate. As the day proceeds, images, thoughts, emotions will start filling up in it. But right now, it is clean. If you take advantage of the moment and implant in your mind the image of God, you will find it will help you keep your consciousness divine through the day. So, before sleeping every night for 5 minutes, sit down in your bed and bring the image of the Lord in the temple of your mind. That will make your sleep meditative. And then when you wake up, make it a practice to engage in your meditation so your day becomes meditative. Hence, the best period of the day for practicing dhyan is the early morning. However, there can be exceptions to this. If somebody says, Swamiji, I have a night shift, the morning is not available for me, or somebody else goes to office early, that's all very well. Decide another time period in the day. Make your daily schedule in accordance with your needs and your convenience. Next question: in which direction should we face when we sit for meditation? This is also not important for bhakti meditation. Bhakti is so pure and sublime. In bhakti meditation, there is no impure direction because God is everywhere. Prabhu vyapaka sarvatra samana premate prakata hohi bhagavana. Our Vedic Sanskriti is full of such episodes in history which illustrate this fact. One avatar of the Lord, Nrsimha Bhagavan, he manifested from the pillar of a demon's palace to reveal, I am here as well. The whole world is my temple. So, eko devaha sarvabhuteshu gudaha sarvavyapi sarvabhutantaratma. This Vedic mantra, which is in the Kathopanishad and the Shvetashvatar Upanishad and the Mundak Upanishad, it states God is everywhere. The whole world is the temple of God. The importance is of purifying our mind. In bhakti meditation, you can sit with your face in any direction. Next question: which posture should we adopt while meditating? The answer is given by Maharshi Patanjali in his Yoga Darshan. He says, Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Sit alert and sit still, but sukhmay, comfortably. If your posture is too restrictive, it will create discomfort and your mind will get distracted from the meditation. If your posture is too comfortable, you will become lazy. Hence, sthiram sukham asanam. The next step, begin your meditation. How? I had explained in the last episode. Bring the image of your Ishtadev, worshipable God, and you can make that image as you wish. And then contemplate on His divine qualities, bathing your mind in sublime thoughts. Ponder over your relationship with Him, deepening it in devotion. You can even serve Him in your mind. All this we have discussed in detail. Let's move ahead. The problem that will arise. You sat down and brought Lord Krishna's image before you, and after 5 minutes, you became aware that Lord Krishna was no longer in your meditation, and your child's head was there. What happened? You had taken the mind to God. The mind wandered off back into the world. Why does this happen? I always say that even one such gem of divine wisdom, if fully utilized, has the power to completely transform our life. In this recently published book, The Science of Mind Management, you will find a treasure chest of such divine wisdom. Do utilize it to achieve joy and enlightenment in your life. Some people say, Swamiji, why does my mind wander off to the world? Is that astonishing? Firstly, the senses are outwardly oriented. They run for their objects on the outside. And the mind that is enmeshed with them is made of Maya. Jagadguru Shree Kripaluji Maharaj says, Man Maya te hi banyo, Maya te sansara, Yate man bhavat sada, Yah sansar asar. This mind is made of Maya and the world is also made of Maya. They are both sajatiya, of the same nature. So just like the gravitational force of the earth will pull a stone that has been thrown away from it, similarly the material mind will naturally run towards the material world. That does not require effort. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun placed exactly this problem before the Lord. He said, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramathi balavadradham tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. He said, Oh Shri Krishna, this mind is so difficult to control. It seems to me more fickle than the wind. Now, who can ever control the wind? Arjun says, My mind, O Lord, is so restless. This is that Arjun who in his guru's ashram had come out with flying colors. When Dronacharya lined up the Kauravas and the Pandavas and asked them to take aim at the eye of the bird, he then asked, Bhimsen, what do you see? Bhimsen said, Gurudev, I see the tree, the bird and its eye. Duryodhan, what do you see? Gurudev, I see the bird and I also see Bhimsen from time to time. Yudhishthir, what are you viewing? Gurudev, I see the bird and its eye. Arjun, tell me, what are you seeing? Arjun said, the eye, the eye, the eye. That is how focused his mind was. But that Arjun admits here in the Bhagavad Gita the nature of this restless mind. And in response, Lord Krishna said, Asanshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. Arjun, what you are saying is undoubtedly correct. The mind is difficult to control. Lord Krishna has carefully used the words durnigraham. He did not say nigraham, uncontrollable. Otherwise, the mind management challenge would have been futile. He says it's difficult. But then so many things are difficult in the world. To get a graduate degree all the way from nursery, isn't that a difficult effort? To make a house, to establish a business, aren't they all difficult feats? When we accomplish them, why can we not succeed in this endeavor as well? So in the second line, he says what we will have to do. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Arjun, by practice and detachment, the mind will be subdued. So what are the steps involved? With the help of the intellect, you take the mind away from mundane associations. Hey, Maniram, come off from here. This is detachment. And lift it up to the divine. On the Lord, sit here. This is Abhyas, practice. Both of these steps will require effort. They go against the nature of the material mind. The third step will need no effort. What is that? The mind will come off from God back into the world. Now, when that happens, we are not to become disturbed. Again, take it away. Again, lift it to God. It has come off. Take it away again. Lift it to God yet again. This is the practice or Abhyas. Maharshi Patanjali has echoed the words of Lord Krishna, Abhyas vairagyabhyam tannirodha. The goal will be achieved through detachment and Abhyas. This word Abhyas here is of paramount importance. Practice, practice, practice. There is no alternative to it. Through practice, the most difficult feats can be accomplished. Even animals are trained. Akbar once announced, "Is there anyone in my kingdom who can train a goat to desist from luscious green grass?" Birbal said, "Huzur, give me 1 month." He purchased a goat. He would put grass in front of the goat. And every time the goat went to eat it, he would whack the goat on its mouth until that tiny brained goat realized, this is not to my good interest. After a month, Birbal took the goat, holding it in one hand while he held the stick in his other hand. He said, "Huzur, I have trained this goat." Akbar said, "This must be seen." He asked for grass to be brought. Personally, he placed it close to the goat's nose. The goat eyed it and was tempted. Birbal shook his stick. The goat looked at it and decided it's not worth it. It had been trained. So even an animal can be trained with practice. Think about it. Everything we mastered in life required Abhyas. When we were little children, we didn't even have the control over our musculoskeletal system to be able to sit. It required practice. And the first time we stood up, we felt dharam. But we kept on practicing. We did not give up. And then we mastered standing, we began walking and running. All this was accomplished through Abhyas. So, the Yoga Sutras state, Satu dirghakala nairantarya satkara sevito dridhabhumi. As you go on practicing, slowly the neural pathways will be developed in your brain, which will create the habits. And when the habits are established, that behavioral pattern will come to you naturally. In the beginning, we have to forcefully take our mind in the desired direction. And when we repeat that practice again and again, the habit kicks in until the behavior becomes automatic. That is why success in meditation requires practice, and it also requires the understanding of one more point. This is the last and final point in our mind management challenge, which we shall discuss tomorrow.